to you all, the viewers, and from our experience of what the equipment has done, we relay to all of you. Because a lot of this paranormal equipment wasn't actually meant for just the paranormal to begin with, like the K2. That wasn't even meant really for the ghost hunting at all.
Actually, none of it was really meant for ghost hunting. It was technology that had too many variables in it to succeed at what it was designed for. There's too many flaws in it, and it was due to the fact that ghosts are known to change the electrical field around us that most of this equipment was incorporated into the paranormal.
Right. And these are just theories, too. I mean, how do we
Yes.
know without a doubt that the ghosts do change the EMF field? Everyone believes that they do, but do we know that 100%?
No, we don't.
We don't know anything in this field 100%.
Maybe it was somebody that said, wow, this is picking up something that isn't here. Maybe it's a ghost.
Maybe.
I can't prove otherwise. It's a ghost hunting tool now.
Who knows? I mean, nothing in this field is guaranteed, and that's why it's so important to understand that just because it's going off doesn't mean it is a ghost. And that's what we're trying to relay to people with these educational videos that, just because it's going off doesn't mean you're haunted.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's even paranormal.
Yeah. You know, and
But
that's
but I gotta stress, we're not saying the equipment sucks. That stop using it. That just because it's going off doesn't mean it's not paranormal. We're not saying that. We're just trying to educate you on what
we'll set it off.
will set it off, what
And
downfalls it has, and why you can't always say just because it goes off it's paranormal. That's all we're trying to say. Not trying to say quit using this equipment because it's not real.
right. Everything has its good points and everything has its bad points. And that's what we're trying to relay to everyone. But we've noticed, and the reason why we started doing this is because a lot of these little pop-up teams that Will likes to call them, they assume that it does only detect ghost, and that anytime they go off, it is a ghost.
Yeah,
So,
and seeing a lot, way more videos than you used to of people saying, "We caught a spirit with the K2.
yeah.
Our REM pod caught a spirit." And I'm not saying you didn't, but there's just way too much going on out there nowadays.
Well, I always use this, and you say to leave the refrigerator alone, but
Yeah, because that refrigerator keeps my beer cold.
but I think that is the biggest thing, though, was seeing an investigator with a K2 by a refrigerator and that going off. I mean, that's why I keep referring back to that, is because that investigator truly believed that since that K2 was going off at that refrigerator, that there was a ghost, because they didn't completely understand what that equipment does.
Let me tell you, the refrigerator is haunted with a very special spirit called the spirit of frost. He's a good spirit. Why?
Because it
Because
keeps
he
your beer
keeps. No,
cold.
I wasn't even going to say beer. He keeps all your nice beverages nice and cool. So when you want to take a drink, it's refreshingly cold.
So there's an automatic cold spot in that area, too.
Yes, and it's usually related with death. So it's probably the Grim Reaper that's haunting the refrigerator.
Lovely. So now we're gonna, make it something evil while we're at it.
Well, yeah, there's some things you put in your refrigerator that will kill you.
Like
Especially
lettuce.
especially if you leave it in there for months on end and then decide to eat it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that romaine lettuce, man. That was deadly.
I don't know if I want a salad, I'll just eat what eats the salad.
Wow. But yeah, so, we just want to, have people understand that, this equipment isn't just paranormal equipment. It's more than just, catching ghosts. Which, by the way, no one has actually caught a ghost. technically.
Catch ghosts all the time with Pac-Man.
No, you eat ghost with Pac-Man.
No, that's what you guys did. Want to know what a ghost tastes like.
No, I did not want to know what a ghost tasted like. Meela wanted to know what a ghost tastes like, and so they tasted ghosts on Saturday.
Sick individuals.
On Saturday night when we had the Tucson Ghost
Oh no, I
Society.
just leave it at that.
No, I'm going to explain. On Saturday night when we had the Tucson Ghost Society Christmas party, we had went to Total Wine and More, and we found a bottle of, is it Jim Beam?
Jim Beam Ghost.
It's called Jacob's Ghost, and apparently it's a white whiskey.
Yes.
And I had taken a picture of that and sent it to the team, asking if anyone would be willing to drink that type thing. And it started a whole conversation of, I wonder what ghost tastes like. And it went off subject, which we won't go to because this is supposed to be family friendly. And what's that wide-eyed look for?
I gotta go now. Can't be here. It's family friendly.
Oh, you're not family friendly?
You're all on your own now. Look, even Raina says yum.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Raina liked the ghost.
She liked it. She liked the way the ghost tastes.
She liked the way the ghost tasted. That sounds so weird. But yes, she did like the Jim Beam Ghost whiskey. And trust me, there's still a lot here. So yeah, I'm not a whiskey drinker. So it needs to, Jacob's Ghost needs to go. But yeah, so if anyone likes whiskey, I don't know how long that whiskey has been around, but we found it the other day and we just thought it was interesting because it was actually called Ghost. So it was fitting to have at the Christmas party. So
Could have had 3 sheets to the wind also.
I don't know of any alcohol called that. Do you? No.
Anything that gets you shit faced or
Hey, excuse you. Watch your language, sir.
well, hit the bleep button.
There is no bleep.
Well, then bleepity bleep bleep.
Like, you gotta keep it family friendly, remember? And this is why you were leaving, right?
Yeah, That's exactly why I said I couldn't be on the show.
Because you're not family friendly.
I am not family-oriented entertainment.
But you have a family, so you should be.
And you see how fast they run.
Or how fast you chase them away, it should be.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
Go bye-bye. All right, so moving on. Our guest is going to come in a little bit later tonight. So I don't think he's quite ready yet, is he?
No. He's gonna text me when he's home.
When he's home and all set up on Skype. We are hoping that Skype is not the devil today.
Why not? It's fitting for the way the paranormal community's going. It's all demonic.
Well, I know last week Skype was demonic.
If you quit summing them,
Because
should have paid that $10,000.
the 10,000. No, thank you. I don't have that kind of money. After all, my job is working in the paranormal. I don't get paid.
You could sell a kidney or something.
Oh, great.
You only need one anyways.
How about a kid?
Yeah, there's a law against that.
There's a law against that. Nah, I love them. They drive me crazy, but I love them. No, last week on Skype, we couldn't hear our guest until like after the show was basically. Well, we could hear the guest.
You guys were not privy to the guests. You were not supposed to hear anything they had to say.
They were ghosts.
We brought them on just so we could talk and you could think you could hear something.
Yeah, it was pretty bad last week and the show got really screwed up. Just when we thought we were finally getting on track and getting all this to where we knew what we were doing, you know, you're distracting me.
Well, that's not hard to do.
Yeah, how am I supposed to read and talk at the same time?
Multitask, woman, like everybody else does.
Okay, but the problem is when you're reading, that's where your mind's going. So you can't really talk and read at the same time unless you're talking about what you're reading.
You can't.
Okay, I'm going to bring up something, and I want you to talk about something else over what you're reading.
All right, well, bring it up. Bring it on.
See if you can do it.
Bring it on.
And it's going to be a long paragraph. Hold on.
Mine wasn't long. It was quick and short. So bring it on. You're going down. Why'd you click on it?
I was trying to make it bigger.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, So while you're reading it, talk.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah,
I'll take care of it.
You didn't talk.
I did.
While
I was talking, and yes, I will help you with that. Don't worry about it.
You didn't do it either. See, your mind went there. Your mind went
I answered you after I finished reading it, while talking to you. But you didn't have anything to talk about. You're just sitting there, well, there, go read it. And I freaking looked at it and answered your question and went back to doing what I was doing.
You're not helping.
I know.
Anyway, as I was starting to say before you started distracting me, is that we finally thought we knew what we were doing when it came to the show, and then Skype had to go and completely screw us up last week. Here we are thinking we're all professionals and we know what we're doing now and we're all good, and nope. It went right back downhill. And then tonight we had Bailey in here to make things more interesting.
Yeah, next time don't tell her to talk so loud.
No, come on. I told her she had to talk loud so the audience could hear her.
She was like overly abundant sugar high loud.
Well, she's always sugar high loud, and that's not my fault, by the way. I limit sugar intake. I do. I don't even eat a lot of sugar. Because, sugar's bad for you.
Oh, it is.
Very, very bad for you. All right. So, babe, what do we want to cover before we bring on our guest?
How about the topic of subject today, which was, again, something that got taken off course. So, my beautiful wife made a post today because we were contacted by a TV network producer, talent search, and the first thing that was asked was, do you have any cases that you've done that were demonic or harmful? And there was something else, but the trigger word was demonic.
Right.
And most people read it and they got it and they understood where we were going with it. And somebody else decided to say, yeah, I disagree with you guys on bashing this person. I know her personally. She's a really great person. And the thing is, we didn't bash the woman. We bashed what the show was looking for. That's what we bashed. We didn't bash the person personally because of the fact everybody has a job they have to do.
Right.
And you can't bash the person for doing their job. So we weren't bashing her, bashing media.
TV.
Which is media.
All right.
And that's where people need to stop, read what they're reading, not just, oh, I recognize that. That's wrong. No, it's not wrong if you read the whole thing all the way through. And then you understand what was being bashed.
Yeah. Yeah, because I made a post because,
I even had to go back and reread it to go, what the hell? And I was like, nowhere was she bashed.
Yeah. Well, and, everyone's like, well, the email even said blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, here was the point. The email did say that they wanted something, it did mention the word demon and some other things, but it said, we want a story where they were truly terrified and blah, blah, blah. So basically making it scary, demonic, whatever. And this is what drives me crazy about this field, is that's what they're always focused on. Let's focus on, it's really scary, it's really demonic. And that's what pisses me off. And so I